She didn't leave because you lacked something. She left because you gave her everything she wasn't ready to receive. You were calm, steady, real, and that terrified her more than chaos ever did. You didn't fail her. You just showed up whole while she was still searching for the brokenness she was used to. That's the truth no one tells you. You weren't rejected. You were a mirror. And sometimes when a woman sees the kind of love she claims to want, but deep down doesn't believe she deserves, she runs. Not because you were too little, but because you were too much of the real thing. So stop blaming yourself. Her leaving wasn't the end of your story. It was the beginning of your return to yourself, because the right woman won't run from your stillness. She'll find her peace in it. Stay soft, stay strong. Real love doesn't need chasing. She didn't leave you because you were boring. She didn't walk away because your car wasn't new or clean. It wasn't the way your texts got shorter, or because you forgot her favorite candle one night in October. It wasn't because your jokes stopped making her laugh, or because you didn't chase hard enough. She left because something inside her was already packing bags before you ever touched hands. And that, hear me, it was never your fault. Never was. What they don't tell you after the breakup, when your heart is shattered in silence, is this: you weren't rejected. You were just collateral damage in a battle she's been fighting with her own heart. You weren't the cause, no, you were the calm. You were her soft place to land, and soft places terrify those who have only known chaos. I used to wonder endlessly, what did I miss? What did I do to lose her? I replayed conversations, nights out, moments where her eyes flickered just slightly less. I blamed myself, because that's what we do when they leave. We measure our worth by their staying, like our value depends on their ability to hold on. Like our soul must be flawed, cracked, lacking. But over time, through quiet nights and too many silences, I learned something I'll never forget. Her leaving wasn't because of something I lacked. It was because of what she couldn't give. Not me, herself. Her own heart was closed, and no matter how open mine was, she couldn't match it. She once told me softly, like a whisper inside a dream, "You make me feel safe." And God, I thought that was love. I thought safety was the destination. I didn't know that for some people, safety feels like a trap, because when you're raised in chaos, stillness feels suspicious. She didn't know where to put me. I didn't burn her. And because of that, she feared it wasn't real. She was used to sharp edges. She thought love meant shouting and slamming doors, then kissing like it was survival. So when I showed up gentle, she mistook it for something fake. Something temporary, because when someone's only ever lived in storms, clear skies feel like danger disguised as calm. That's what we miss. That's what we misunderstand when they walk away. We think, if I was louder, better, less boring, maybe she'd stay. But Stoicism taught me this: you are not the redeemer of someone else's pain. You are not the fixer, the therapist, the patch for wounds that you didn't cause. You're not a punishment handed down because of another man's sins. You were just a mirror, and she couldn't stand what you showed her. You showed her peace when she was still holding a knife. You gave her presence when she was used to absence, and that terrified her. Because presence comes with weight. It says, I see you, all of you, not just the pretty parts. When someone's not ready to be seen, really seen, they run. And when they run, they never tell you the truth. They tell you lines, it's not you, it's me. I need space, I need time, or my personal favorite, you deserve better. As if she's sparing you pain, but the truth behind it is darker and simpler. It's this: I don't know how to receive the love I've always begged for. And rather than learn how to, she leaves, because leaving is easier than staying and facing yourself. So there you sit, staring at your phone, screen blank, typing a message you'll never send. And still, some small part of you believes it's your fault. But listen, it wasn't. You were solid. You were kind, curious, present, not perfect, God no, but real. And she didn't leave because you were too real. She left because she wasn't ready to be that real. That's the heartbreak no one talks about. Not rejection, not betrayal, just timing, just misalignment. And as men, we confuse her leaving with our value. We think if she goes, we must be less. We must be broken. Unworthy, but her exit says nothing about your worth, only about her readiness. I remember walking through a bookstore weeks later, passing titles she used to love, smelling pages that reminded me of her perfume. And suddenly I smiled, not because it didn't hurt, it still did, but because I finally understood. She didn't leave for better. She left because I was too quiet for her noise, too steady for her storm, too sure of her for someone so unsure of herself. You ever try to love someone who doesn't trust love? It's like hugging smoke. You can touch her, but she's never all the way there. Always halfway out the door, halfway gone. And that's when Stoicism saves you. It teaches you to love deeply but not lose yourself, to offer fully but never beg, to stand still even when she spins, because the Stoic man never chases a woman who flees. He watches, he lets her choose, and then he returns to himself, not bitter, not broken, just clear, because love doesn't always end in betrayal. Sometimes it just ends because two people walk at different speeds through the same fire. I stopped fighting because I knew love isn't war. It's quiet, it's gentle, it's safe, and she didn't want safe, not yet. Maybe never, but one day she might see, she might understand, that the woman who stays, she won't be afraid of your calm. She'll crave it. She won't mistake your peace for dullness. She'll see it as strength. She won't flinch when your eyes see through her. She'll meet them fully. She'll know she's home, so if she left, let her. Let her walk. Let her chase her chaos if she must. But don't follow. Don't shrink to be familiar. Don't become a storm just so she feels safe in destruction. You are not here to bleed every time someone else can't hold your softness. You are not weak for loving deeply. You are not unworthy because she ran. Her leaving was not your failure. It was her fear, and you did something brave. You stayed soft. You stayed gentle in a world that demanded you turn cold. So now mourn, cry if you must, say her name once more, remember what was real, but then close the door, not with bitterness, with peace, because this was never your fault, and one day someone will walk in not scared of your quiet, not frightened by your stillness. She'll say, I've known chaos, I've lived in fire, but with you I finally feel still, and you'll know why the others had to leave. They weren't wrong, just early, so stay soft. Stay steady, stay grounded, not for them, for you, because real love doesn't run, and it doesn't need chasing. So if this is where it ends, let it. No angry words, no last minute bargains. No reaching for hands that no longer reach back. I won't fight you, I won't chase you, not because I don't love you, but because I finally love myself enough to let go. You weren't mine to keep. You were mine to feel, to know, to grow through. And maybe that's all you were meant to be, so walk your path. I hope you find what you're looking for, even if it's not me. I hope chaos gives you the thrill until you crave peace again. And I hope, someday, you remember me not with regret, but with quiet respect. Because I gave you my heart without armor, and when you couldn't hold it, I learned how to hold it for myself. Goodbye, not with bitterness. Goodbye with love, still, soft, strong, always.